Let's kick things off with the Super Bowl. It's the world championship of a sport only played in America. And yesterday's game was one for the record books.
This morning, Tom Brady is running out of fingers for his rings, capturing his record 7th Super Bowl at age 43.
I think we knew this was going to happen tonight, didn't we?
The Bucs didn't just win, they trampled last year's champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, 31-9. The Weeknd also electrifying on stage, singing some of his biggest hits in a slickly produced halftime show. Using masked dancers to keep things COVID-friendly.
Hell yeah! What a great halftime show! And it looks like the Weeknd finally found a use for all that toilet paper he's been hoarding. And how about Tom Brady winning his 7th Super Bowl ring? At this rate, he's going to be the first player with a Super Bowl toe ring, people. I mean, at this point, Tom Brady has led the kind of life that 8-year-olds narrate to themselves in the backyard. The crowd goes wild. Tommy wins his 7th Super Bowl, and now he's rich, and he's married to a supermodel, and now he's riding a dinosaur. Rah, rah. And look, I know a lot of people don't like Tom Brady. Anyway, let's move on now from the Super Bowl to the big game in Washington. Tomorrow, the U.S. Senate will begin its annual impeachment trial of Donald J. Trump. And there's 3 possible outcomes. He could be convicted, he could be exonerated, or, the most likely one, he could commit new crimes during the trial that he'll get impeached for next year. But whatever happens to Trump, hundreds of his followers are already facing consequences for rioting at the Capitol, although at least one of them is getting a chance to cut loose before she might get locked up.
A woman accused of participating in the deadly Capitol riot will get to go on vacation later this month.
A judge in Washington, D.C. granted Jenny Cudd's request to travel to Mexico. The motion was granted and filed yesterday. Cudd's lawyers say she had a prepaid weekend retreat for herself and her employees at Becky's Flowers to go to Riviera Maya, Mexico. The retreat would reportedly serve as a work-related bonding time for employees and their spouses.
Oh yeah, Insurrection at Club Med Cozumel! Honestly, if I were this woman's employee, I'd be a little nervous to go on a bonding retreat. I mean, these aren't the kind of people I'm putting on a blindfold and going on a trust hike with. Okay, I'm sticking my hands out, all right? Closing them like you said. Wait, hold on. What am I doing? Am I strangling Nancy Pelosi? Damn it, not cool, Jenny! What I love about this is that this woman planned the vacation before she participated in the riots. So in her head, she was going to go to Washington, overthrow the government, and then what, hit the beach for 2 weeks? I'm like, how serious of a revolution were you planning, lady? These rioters were all shouting that it's 1776 again, but none of the founding fathers were like, on July 4th, we declare our independence. Then on July 5th, we get that beach house in Cabo. Thomas, you're in? Shit's gonna be lit, bro. And look, obviously I want this woman to be held accountable for her actions, but I also kind of want to party with her in Mexico. I mean, think about it. If she and her friends can turn a boring election certification vote into this, you best believe their spring breaks are gonna be wild. And look, I know a lot of people are angry about this story, but the law says that if you can post bail and you aren't a flight risk, you can go back to your life until they actually convict you of a crime. And I'll be honest, I agree with that concept. No one should sit in a jail cell because they might be a criminal. If anything, the problem I have is that people who can't afford bail have to stay in jail. I mean, what are the courts scared of? No one is easier to keep tabs on than a broke person. You know where a broke person isn't going? Mexico, or the movies, or out to dinner. You want to track a broke person? Well, they're at home.